Yane Openi Jonathan Asante Otchere, Dr. Ekodin Komo, political scientist or science, so yeah, senior lecturer, University of Choice, University of Cape Coast. Doc Anopin, good morning.
Morning, political analyst, not science.
Political analyst. Thank you so much for the correction. Doc, you there? NPP. Esanka, Ekwana Wafadu, Wodi, one flag bearer. As we speak, or maybe a nomination and Crofasha say a file. First off, the process, Ekwana Faso Air and is this something that is going to help a party? So much cracks are boom, and Crofaka said they need to mend those air cracks now.
I mean, that's it. I mean, chia with Tifuna and say TV so our chef for and a pay. Na in fact, Mokasa Fidi so mean that Ghana my money na se Mubaya Mbejame, Mammy, me mammy, a crabia over the weekend. Madam Janet Williams was what the money na se. Media General, Mam Bamu. Rebecca.
And once some no, you want some idea. Oh, you made you home come.
In Asaminia. The only say, I mean, who say, about 2 or 3 ways if you're analyzing this particular decision. Social processes are almost my but consultations and more floaty certain names in the constituency. I'm going to call Miami Bebre and I'm say by consensus, I'm say what's the name Aduma course, something of that sort.
Yes, that is Akwitia.
Any day, you know, pop up. And I don't know what something okay.
Na yeah, but Flagbearer ship, but what Akwitia? Na yeah, they member Akwitia.
Flagbearer ship.
No, my what the case is mu Akwitia, and Yendi can yen Akwitia. If you Akwitia na ba number say so omo ye top bottom approach. In think come so me no ye top bottom approach. But wo ye no bottom top, into ye no bottom top. Into ye just in Akwitia. Sure.
And you know, I will say after consultation, Nipa when you settle on what basis did they fly those names? It's very strange, sir, when you have not given that opportunity to a poster. I be or no a bit to me, I be and sembi nowadays, why they are bro. Name party nankasana, but didn't see an answer. I say, or more. A fly certain names, some fly and on that say, Sa only panona, I must say, by consensus of we know.
Yes.
It may work or it may not work. More it be a gonna be probably say, oh, we don't want the situation now. I say, now in a position where you have deep cracks and all. You best could be a canker worms. In actual fact, maybe who say Obano, me, I said on air, say they must vote against it because it's a very bad practice. That NPP was becoming, too akin with such a practice.
Yes, he fought.
And you know, say, our value system does not allow things of that nature. When you are mourning your husband, it's a period of sober reflection, a period of, it's a period of sorrow. You don't plunge such a person into this political rough terrain to go and do campaign, especially in Akutia where the difference are here about maybe winning against Mahamano is insignificant. So definitely this is going to be keenly contested. So will be by consensus, and then they are going for a public acclamation. Well, I don't know if that will work, but on the side of the NDC, I think about 3 of them, Omeshu, a former MP, and then the secretary of the constituency, and another person, a former MP. I don't know if that is a right idea, because if the person has been voted against some time past, that's not a good idea. Maybe they can think of the secretary, because if during Onono time, no more Timmy Abamodene Mayora Mahama, Enya Sa Abano or Sabiano. Now, share Chippinus, Enya Way Sanadia. Then it means to say, as a constituency secretary, one home or crime. So they may consider that, you know.
I see.
Minimum will be and a third person or so. I don't know the third person.
I see.
But let's come to the Flagbearership, right?
We'll come to it, but you make it slide stop there. Now you interrogate kakra. So if you're still with NPP, is it not a good decision they've made that when after Omo make such choice of Omo treasure no, basically and the entities I'ma say yakasa and the other people are not more show intent say Omo contest no BM abontin bebowa, is that not a good sign that at least there are some healing process especially with Akwitia being the first Omobesha Seoho?
In fact, Henry, I think my readings or my check-ins indicated Amase was even at the press conference, you know, support Adomako.
Yes.
So I think it is good.
Good.
It is good for the optics. If that is actually what the people want, then it means that NPP are making the right decision. Of course, acclamation and consensus in the part of the democratic process as well. But if it doesn't go as planned, then it means you have yourself to blame. I don't want to think, yes, I had thorough consultations. When in natural fact, a baby, and also a top-dressing approach of the issue. If it is a top-dressing approach of the issue, the results will show.
Young brother Flagbearership, and then make us say nipa num and clearly omoyi omuti. In himself, former Vice President Dr. Baumia, in a Japan former Asante a Central MP. Dr. Oseya Wuduchum, former Education Minister, Brian Champon, WOHO, former Greek Minister, and then Abana Eje Japan, former General Secretary. These names, are they solid enough? I'll move back ebetimi in your ticket now. Aha NDC come 2028. Knowing well that NDC will be filing a different candidate from John Mahama marketing over the period.
Well, Harry, it is early days yet to make a conclusion on this particular question. But when NPP make this argument, say Baumia has been well marketed, and that the NDC is going to put up a new candidate, it will no advantage. I think it is how this argument it comes out of some kind of a poisoned mind, or like a poisoned shallot. The fact is that I'll take all of them one after the other. You know what I say? Both NDC and NPP now, in actual fact, they have the capacity to market any individual that is elected. Any individual that is elected.
I see.
Secondly, we have two main considerations. The party itself, if it is the government, what it has done, and what people believe it will be able to do. Then we'll come to the individual. So if we are picking a new candidate in the NDC to face Dr. Baumia, for example, it will first be based upon the performance of Mr. Mahama, His Excellency the President.
Okay.
before it comes to the individual, because if the manage the economy as they are doing now, the time that Ombi will be from now Yakwakoto about in 2028, that will be a difficult, Herculean task for the NPP, whoever they elect among the 5 that have shown interest in contesting. Now, individuals.
Yes.
Let us start from Mr. Kwabena Japan. A fantastic gentleman. He knows his stuff. He's very articulate. And you see, he's able to carry the people along his path. Would they vote for him? No, because they think that he doesn't have the capacity to rally and bring on board all others, especially the neutrals, the non-aligned, and then what's it called, the floating voters. Does he have resources? He has, but he doesn't have enough to do so. I felt to think by now, if he really wants to change the architecture of the party, he should have gone for the chairmanship. I think that would be a good start for him to rebound, to come back, because after that suspension, the first suspension of so fire, and the president of then a candidate. A man no esheda inya na bia ati na agina tum daddy. It is just an insignificant number. Maybe those who still trace their lineage to Kufuor, that they may want to vote for him. Other than that, his locus within the party is not as strong as other candidates. 2, you take Dr. Brian Achampon, for example. Also very articulate, very resourceful. He has resources at his disposal. He's well connected. But there are 2 or 3 things that will work against him, for which reason they may not consider him.
Okay.
1, his desire to buy state hotels. That did not go down well with Ghanaians. And if in government, if you have been given the opportunity, you are going on a state capture. Why should we give you the presidency?
I see.
And no be a problem. I'm a Ghana for. 2, he stood on the platform not once, about twice, to misspeak about not handing over power to the NDC. And that became a topical issue on the media landscape for about a week or 2. Until for years almost strike near there. In terms of his desire to buy the hotels. And then them speaking on the platform when, it is possible, didn't keep with Dr. Baumia. Thirdly, you supported Dr. Baumia, hook, line, and sinker before the 2024 election.
Yes.
The question is, at the end of the person presidential candidate for the MP, why your decision not to support Dr. Baumia again? That in itself, when we are analyzing Dr. Baumia's issue, there is something that is internally creating problems for the NPP leadership. For which reason it will work against Dr. Baumia when he emerges. Maybe strategically they can put something, in the media landscape. A bit me wanna show up. A friend is saying, in deep reality, in the political landscape. Other than that, a sense of the past will
follow him, hunting.
Yes, Honorable Kennedy Japan. Honorable Kennedy Japan, before the 2024 elections, the internal presidential primaries, he had a better and a superior message than Dr. Baumia. No 2 ways about that. He may be a maverick, but in terms of grassroots politics, he's good.
Okay.
He really resonates well with the grassroots. You cannot take that away from him. And don't say, every now and then he's able to whip up the sentiment of the grassroots and identify himself with the poor. That is something that is done so creditably well, for which reason he was able to sustain himself as a member of parliament for how many years? It's 20-something years.
Yeah.
Then, about Sana, quite to say, with respect to a finance and the financing of the party near there. So he's a grassroots person. But his decision to be a presidential candidate on the ticket of the NPP is problematic. About 2 or 3 issues. One, the public utterances.
Okay.
Especially when it comes to his reaction and responses to certain individuals. They say, "Oni asofo e kontokwa, oni emma e kontokwa in the media. Oni ebinumo enkasa ye ne ade in the media." We are an African country that respects certain traditional and value systems. If you get these wrong, don't get me wrong. Mr. Kennedy will tell you, say, "Oh, would that put food on your table?" No. Every human being has integrity, and they will want to protect that integrity. Man must not live by bread alone. So food does not only define man. There are certain intangibles that man considers before taking a certain decision. Into your no presidential ambition, you say afterthought. Afterthought. You know, if you really had a presidential ambition, you would have coordinated and lived a life that, will not put you in all of these things that I have described. Then the idea to contest was to show certain individuals within the party, say, that time now, man, Penny Akufo-Addo Tiakunya so he wanted to show them, say, and also so our locals within the party, and especially want to me, so Obakaya. It's an ordinary Tiado and Masopa.
Yeah.
But so, just for shaggy reasons, wanted to contest to show the likes of the Tabamia, the likes of Wuntumi, the likes of the president then, and so on and so forth. To say, look, you guys are not grassroots politicians, as he is. So he wanted to, that is what he did. And as I said earlier, in terms of messaging, he had a better message than the Tabamia. Lastly, if you look,
Dr. Yawose Duchum, yes.
Yes. I think, in my view, is my preferred candidate. It's my preferred candidate because when you compare him with Dr. Baumia has a lot of baggage to clear. And that baggage comes from he himself as one, and two, from President Akufo-Addo. He himself. In Tiniera, Dr. Duchum would have been, I quite say, Sabrina and Alan, a party. I thought to say, yes, Alan was going to lose to Mr. Mahama, but I believe the loss, and yet as significant as that about me.
Really?
So they should have considered him, yes. Because, you see, Ghana for a share say, who that about me, Shen Sembabira Wakaye before the 2016 elections. And some WOHO. You became the face, the poster boy of the party. You are organizing lectures here and there, explaining how the city was supposed to be stabilized, how the government then was mismanaging. What you are here? All these things happened under you. For which reason, you were Akufo-Addo, a foul crampono worker, say, or foul, and say, you are a master of the economy, this is your background here. So these things are still there that will haunt you.
Okay.
And then you get the opportunity to become the vice president for 8 solid years with President Akufo-Addo. What did Ghanaians see? The result of the two is what Ghanaians said in 2024 elections. Almost a 2 million gap. But you didn't see that. Nothing America say, DDEP, inflation, say, the city $1 was no. All of this the result was what showed in the 2024 elections.
Well, look, with all you said, Mimbisa we said, for you, Enka, Dr. Yahweh Oseduchum would be the ideal candidate. But reading the minds of the delegate on Betuaba and the NPP, who would they vote for among these 5 individuals?
No, sir. It is not only about personality. It's about somebody who has resources. We know, say, internal elections, resources play a vital role as to who becomes elected. It was alleged, and it came in the public domain. So a year of Kennedy, it meets you at 300, and a year of Brownian score for almost 400. The delegate of 800. So, 800 or 8,000, you are not correct. So, 800,000, it is the 80th figure. We have 400 to each delegate. And Kennedy, as an individual, was also alleged to 300. As an individual, did very well, match the establishment at that time. Internal resources, they are very important. And your personality and how you've conducted yourself within the public space, that will equally, create that avenue for you. And I paid the interviews, maybe it was a really good for so.
Mate.
On the issue, that is how I see it. So at the end of the day, the delegate will not only think of the person who will internally be, attracted, but externally.
The larger Ghanaian voter population.
The floating voters, the neutrals, and unaligned. These are the things that they will consider. And internally, some may like Honorable Kennedy Japan. But the question may be someone said, would Ghanaians accept his candidature?
All right.
Those who are not members of the delegate, would they accept his candidature?
Mate.
Based upon the things that and how he's conducted himself in the public domain.
All right. Okay, Doc, young fancy na about to ask walk on to Aboya the January and about one babanti in between will still be delving more into ASI individual. Thank you so much. Into Dr. Jonathan Asante Otchere and I say the minute in common. Ya abado de via pacham I na member kunkunkun in Twinchen. Miwia then we take Onua 95.1 FM. Yeah,